Hey everybody! I've been asked to try an eye that is not for maybe the everyday. Maybe it's for going out or something like that. Sorry, my light is not awesome. Okay, well, we're gonna roll with it. My daylight is fading, so my good lighting is almost gone. So I decided I would try something new. If any of you have really been watching my videos, you'll see that my favorite palette is actually number 1 because it's probably the most neutral and really matches everybody, but really all of them will match on everybody. I just haven't become comfortable with them yet. So I'm going with palette 2. It's going to be an experiment. I have not done this before. I've done it with the palette 1 and palette 4 now, but I've never done it with palette 2. So these are the colors. They're really beautiful. Trying to find so you don't see. They're kind of like more of a platinum-y palette. So I think they'll be really fun. It's definitely different from my coloring. I'm not used to using these, so we will see how this goes. So before I started, I put on my primer just because that's going to make everything sit really nicely. Let's see. And I'm using all my great brushes. Brushes are a really big deal. I didn't think so until I started doing this business. Then I got all these brushes and I was really floored because all the brushes I'd ever had were kind of like Rite Aid brushes or drugstore brushes, and they just were mediocre. So I'm going to start with my deluxe brush, and I'm not going to, well anyways, I'm just going to roll with this. So I think I'm going to start off with, I think we'll do some Blissful. Now Blissful is, oh no, I'm lying, Honorable. That's right. Honorable's kind of like a matte putty-ish color. We actually have a new cream shadow coming out that's sort of like that, actually. It's called Happy. It's available on the 15th of September. But Honorable is kind of like a base layer. So I'm just going to take some of this, and I'm doing this into my phone, so bear with me. I think I'm just going to do the one eye. I did come home from work and take all my makeup off because if you're going to do an eye that takes any more than a couple of seconds, you don't want to have all your face on first, because then if you get it all over your cheeks, then you have to do your face over. It's a mess. So if you're going to do an eye that's any more complicated than like one shadow, some liner, and mascara, I wouldn't bother doing your face yet. Do it after. So I took everything off and put primer back on. But so this is hopeful, and well, this is going to be tricky. I might look in the little mirror that comes on the palette. So I'm going to just kind of put it as a base layer up in my crease and out to the corner. I don't want to put it in the center because I'm going to try and brighten that up a little bit. So like I said, this is an experiment. I have done it with different colors, but not these. So, so I'm going to go right in the center here and bring it almost to the middle and out. Now for a little while, I'm going to look bad. That's okay. It's not going to look good. Like what my husband says, it looks like you have black eyes. Yep, it does, but there is a method to my madness here. So it does. It looks like I have a shiner. We're going to move on over. I'm going to take my liner shader brush, and I'm going to move on over to the Blissful. That's the one I was talking about initially. It's kind of like a, I want to get a really good picture of it. It's beautiful, really. It's like a golden, it's kind of like the only warmish tone I've seen, or goldish tone I've seen in this palette of all kind of like platinum-y shades. So it's going to kind of be my bridge color because I want something to kind of tie in the other colors I normally wear. Okay, so this is going to go kind of like mid, in like a, kind of like finishing off what my eye, the circle of my eye looks like. So kind of like a dome over the center of your eyelid. So I'm just gonna tap it on and get it kind of right up in here. Depending on how bright, and I'm gonna go a little bit more than I would do, definitely more than I would do to go to work. This is like going out partying. So maybe it will be better if I do it right here. So this is gonna be what draws. Now I have deep set eyes, hooded eyes, whatever you wanna call them. So when you look at me, well, the camera angle isn't bad, but you don't see much of my eyelid. So I wanna bring light kind of to the center of my eye. Everybody's eye shape is a little bit different, so so you'll have a different kind of feel for it. But all right, I'm gonna go back to the darker colors, and I'm actually gonna go really dark, and it's a little scary. So I'm gonna go Peppy. Peppy is this one right here. It's like a charcoal. Bear with me. I have my crease brush, and the reason they call it that is because it keeps this product, this is really dark, it keeps this product where you put it really, so you have a lot more control over, say, the deluxe brush that's a little fluffier, and you can see, and this is why you do your eyes first, because you want to go back in and kind of clean it up a little bit afterwards, but you can see I got a little bit in here that I'm not loving. So this is going to keep it right where I want it. So this is where I'm going to do that kind of V shape, where I go into my crease in the center here, out to the corner, and back a little bit here on my, like right above my lash line. So we're going to start right in here, and we're gonna go kind of to the iris, and it's dark, don't worry, and down the lash line a little bit. And I'm actually gonna go out a little bit more because my brow bone hides a lot of my it does hide a lot of my eyelid. I'm gonna come up a little bit here. It is really hard to do this in a phone or in a tiny little mirror, but my bathroom right now doesn't have very good light. And the other place I usually do videos has children in it, and they're playing quietly, so I'm gonna leave that be. Okay, it's terrible, right? There's a lot of blending that's gonna go on here, so but you have to have these kind of pieces there first. So with the same brush, you can go ahead and pull a little bit underneath your eye, and I'm gonna get really close to this one here. And it works as like your lower shadow. And I bring it and I connect. In this little section here, I wanna make sure I connect them here, because you do kind of want them. I'm gonna bring this out a little more. But when I get this close in the mirror, I realize I have a lot of work to do with my eyebrows. Okay, so you can kind of see I've got like this out here. Now, put this down. I'm gonna go back here to my deluxe brush. Make sure this is the one I use lighter colors on, yes. And I'm gonna go in with some Romantic. Now Romantic is kind of still in that like chrome family, but it looks like it has a little bit more of that Blissful in it rather than the Hopeless. I think that's a little bit more on the gray scale. This has a little bit more goldish in it, so I'm gonna go that direction. We'll see. I've only used these a couple of times. I'm gonna go to the center here and bring it up to meet where I went into the crease with that dark. And across your lid to the center there, to where that Blissful is. So it's gonna make it seem as, well, it is what it is. So we have 3 colors. We have 1, 2, 3 across here. And it looks a little choppy right now, right? We're gonna blend, so don't stress. So I'm gonna take this deluxe brush I just had, and I'm just gonna start sweeping. Like a windshield wiper. Right in here. Whoop, whoop. And really blend that rough dark line into that. And that is looking a little bit better. Now, I'm wiping off the excess here. I'm gonna go back to my liner, or my liner shader brush, and I have some rose water here, and I'm actually gonna get that Blissful a little bit wet. Actually, I'll spray it in my hand first to get the brush wet. Because what you do when you get our pigments wet, they kind of turn into like a paste, but or in a good way. And you can use it as a liner because it's more liquidy. So I'm actually going to use this. You know, you see I brought the crease brush liner from here to here kind of. I'm going to take the Blissful, that nice kind of goldish platinum tone, and I'm going to bring it from the center and meet it over here and maybe go up and under it a little bit. And again, I'm going to do this right in here. Now, I kind of suck at gel liner, or at the liquid liner, excuse me. And I feel like if I'm going to put effort into my eyes in any way, I don't want to mess it up with the liquid liner when I'm just gonna, when I've spent all this time doing this. So you can see it's got some draw right there. I'm gonna put a little in the corner up here too, so. Okay. This is really bad to see. Well, anyways. Okay. I'm going back with the dark. I'm going to do the same thing with my rose water. Going back to the peppy that we used on that crease brush. Oh, I'm out of the picture, sorry. And we're going to get a nice dark liner. And we're going to go all the way up and we're going to go out. Get a little bit more here. I'm surprised nobody's busted in my room to try and get me. And what I'm going to tell you, there's no right or wrong here. You're just going to roll with it. I can tell I have way too much there. So what I'm going to show you, take the corner of that shine wipe, cloth, excuse me, they're not wipes. Sounds like baby. There, that's a little bit better. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so right now it's still pretty big. I'm going to go back in with my deluxe brush here and just sweep. All right, I'm actually kind of digging it. Now, like I said, this is for a going out look, so I'm gonna do the other eye and do some mascara. Actually, let me go grab my mascara real quick. Hang tight. Okay, back. All right, let's see if I can do this in here. Uh-oh, I hear a kid. So you just want to get a really good coat on here. I don't tend to do my lower lashes. They're pretty sparse and they actually grow in some funky directions, so I think that just emphasizes their quirkiness. It's not what I'm going for. Okay, so now the caterpillar look here. While they're still wet, you get your fibers out. Fibers. And you flick them on the end. And it's gonna look fuzzy and bad. Fuzzy and bad. Are those the adjectives you'd use for makeup. Anyways, the key is to go back in with the gel the second time and it seals them all in. Anybody else do a mascara face when they watch somebody put mascara on? Okay. Okay, so there's one eye. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna go do the other eye. I'm gonna clean up my face a little bit and then I'm gonna take some pictures and show you. So stay tuned, I'm coming right back. So here it is. I did both eyes. It's a fun going out look. I think it would look great on anybody. I know it's a little over the top for your everyday and probably something that you're not going to try every single day, but it is really fun. I'm always breaking out of my comfort zone when I do these videos, but I wanted to just show you what I would do for a lip with this if you weren't going out somewhere that required you to have like something massive like a bachelorette party to some nightclub in Montreal. I would shoot for a really kind of nude lip, and this is our Luxe lip gloss. It is probably our most nude color that we have in the lip gloss. So I'll just show you it on. And while it doesn't give a ton of color, even though actually I really think it does, it makes you feel finished. So these are glossy, obviously they're lip glosses, but I just thought that was kind of fun to show you tonight. I did use some bronzer and a little touch foundation before I came back on. So super easy. Sorry that I kind of choked through it doing it in my phone, but pretty much with 3 different colors out of that palette that I used. That's palette number 2 and my mascara. You can get this, and you can get about 15 different combinations of looks from one palette. So each palette is $49. I'll tell you, they last a really long time. So you're definitely getting a huge bang for your buck. The mascara is $29. That lasts anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks, depending on your use. The lip gloss is $15, and that will last for, I have had this for over a year. It lives in my purse. It takes a little, it's never sticky, nothing. So I love it. But just so you know, I thought this was really fun. So I appreciate the suggestion of doing it. And I'm going to go out and see if my kids think I look completely different. So message me with any questions and check out the link to go visit those products. There's lots of color combinations to choose from when you order. So don't worry about sticking to these particular colors.